Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
And we will move on to the Sheriff's Department report. Deputy Carter, you can introduce your training.
Good evening. I have Deputy Kevin Phillips with us, and he's going to be a new community liaison with the Sheriff's Office. He's going to be taking care of Zone 4, which is Hamilton Township area, Block 1, those general areas. So he's going to be observing me through my township meetings and whatnot, just to kind of get the idea of what we're doing.
Welcome. You thought we were going to make an IT guy tonight.
We need one.
Okay, so for this criminal stats that we have is from December 29th, 2020, January 25th of 2021. We had 267 calls of service, and out of those calls of service, we had 12 reports, and we had arrested 7 people. During the same time, we've had 1 drug-related offense on January 15th on Grove City Road. We did not have any reports of burglaries or breaking and entering, aggravated robberies, or motor vehicle thefts. We had 3 general thefts, one on Thornhill on December 29th, one on Gay Road, January 13th, and one on Pebble Beach. And when I was referring to the drug-related offense, that was actually an overdose on January 15th on Grove City Road. We had 5 weapon-related runs, and those were basically shots fired in the areas. And that is all this month. Just a reminder, since I know we don't have any reports down here for motor vehicle thefts, but make sure you keep items valuable out of sight, out of mind in your vehicles, and make sure you're at least present when the vehicles are started. Don't leave them out running unattended. I know when it's this cold out, everyone likes to start them and leave. And kind of close to the city, we're having quite a bit of increase in motor vehicle thefts. So kind of keep that in mind.
Just for your information, I saw on the Georgesville Facebook page, someone who lives across from the dog park on Georgesville, Wrightsville, has a long driveway.
Mhm.
And on his security camera at 3:30 in the morning, did you see that?
I did.
It was a weeknight. But it was around 3:30 in the morning, his camera picked up a man walking down his driveway. Evidently, nothing was disturbed or missing, but
Okay. We'll see if patrol has anything like that going on about that someday. I'll go from there. All right, thank you.
thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for coming tonight.
Man, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to Greg for the road department and for Robert.
All right. We've obviously been doing snow and ice. It's been keeping us pretty busy. We did have 1 burial, and we've been trying to do some equipment maintenance. And there is, at this point, no update on 9300 Garrick Lilly. They did go out and survey it, but that's it. So,
About any updates on, is anything different going on with Johnson Road, that easement? Did you
not
know
to this point, no. I saw where they have it all surveyed out, but we haven't done anything with the drainage that's going to go there.
Okay. Anything else for Greg?
I had a resident email me from 6446 Oaker, a damaged mailbox, and wanted me to get back with her as to when we were going to get it repaired or replaced.
I think I got that same phone call today. I'm double checking my voicemail and I sent it to Robert. Let me double check that.
She called.
You talked to her?
No,
Or-
he talked to her.
Okay, Robert's talked to her.
Georgia Johnson?
Georgia
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I forwarded that on to Robert. I got a voicemail this morning.
He talked to her today, actually. And he said he was waiting for the weather to break so we could actually pour the concrete that goes under the base for the mailbox.
Does she have a temporary mailbox? Or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah, she's had a temporary mailbox. And he asked her if there was any issues with that. She said no, she was just wondering when we were gonna get to the permanent one.
Yeah, that's what my email stated, that she had it damaged. Didn't say anything about a temporary, but just wanted to make sure she was taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Hey, anything else?
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Greg. We'll move on to Chief.
Good evening, everybody. 86 runs so far for January. We did have a minor incident with the engine. They were on a freeway accident and they made one of the crossovers, the construction crossovers. And the front steps on that truck are sit pretty low to the ground. They hit a pothole and it clipped one of the front steps. It's still able to be used, but it did sustain a little bit of damage. The Pierce is left. It is in Wisconsin right now to be repaired. I've not received anything from them that they, received the truck. They have it. They're tearing it apart. They're doing whatever. I don't have any idea what's going on. I'll be making contact with them probably next week, kind of get an update. The breathing air compressor has some minor repairs and its annual maintenance done. And Ohio Health and Dr. Cortez have been in doing some EMS training with our crews. We're continuing to work to put the building back together. We've made some improvements as far as storage and whatnot goes. We're going to keep making some improvements. We're going to do some work in the radio room, kind of tidy that up a little bit, make things a little neater and more user friendly in there. We did receive all the radios from the other AFG grant. So we're working on right now getting them programmed, and then the mobiles will be installed and the portals will be put in service once programming happens. I have 3 requests this evening. The first, as you know, we opened the bids for the ambulance last meeting. I would respectfully request a resolution to award the bid for the new ambulance to Penncare Incorporated for the purchase of a 2021 Ford F-550 4x4 Braun Chief X KKK compliant Type 1 ambulance for a total cost of $252,909. Purchase is made possible by the receipt of a fiscal year 2019 Assistance to Firefighters grant that was awarded to the department on August 13th, 2020. Of the total cost of the vehicle, the grant will pay $238,095.24. And our responsibility will be $14,813.76, which is approximately 6% of the total vehicle cost. New ambulance is expected to serve our community and its residents for the next 10 to 12 years. They were the low bid.
I won't repeat everything you just said.
No, just the main part
but I
there.
will make resolution 17 to award the bid to the new ambulance to Penncare and Company for the purchase of a 2021 Ford F-50 ambulance for a total cost of $252,909, of which the grant will cover $238,095.24. So the township's responsibility will be $14,813.76. Do I have a second?
A second.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
The second request I have this evening, I would request a resolution to hire Jordan Story as a part-time firefighter paramedic. Jordan is returning to us. He was a part-time firefighter here prior to, but left after he was hired full-time in London due to his obligations there. He's returning to us as his schedule is freed up, and now it's time to dedicate to the department. So I'd ask for a resolution to hire Jordan back.
I'll make resolution 18 to hire Jordan Story as a part-time firefighter paramedic pending driver abstract and drug screening. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Hunter, yes, trustee Good,
Yes.
The last request I had this evening would be to have an executive session with the board to discuss the hiring of a full-time firefighter. Coronavirus, there's 113,930 active cases as of today in Ohio, 20,482 of them, or 20,482 less than 2 weeks ago. So we're coming down. The numbers are improving, which is good. 7-day positivity rate is 8.8%. We do remain in the red here in Franklin County with 12,567 cases. And of those of us that received the initial dose of COVID vaccine, we are due to receive our second dose later this week or early next week is the times they have set up for us. So there was 4 full-time employees and several part-time employees that did get vaccinated. So we're due to receive our doses here at the end of the week or early next week. So if the board doesn't have anything for me, that's all I have for you guys tonight.
I had one thing. You sent us an email on Wednesday that you conducted the interviews for the full-time position of firefighter paramedic Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, yesterday and today.
And when have you scheduled the interviews with the trustees?
That's what I wanted to discuss tonight.
Okay,
So.
all right. We'll save that for later then. Anything else for the chief?
I have nothing at this time.
Either. Go on to old business. I was going through some of my old notes and I had written down a discussion about the SAFER grant. Will you refresh my memory on that?
I don't know that we've really sat down and discussed it as a group. It's not open right now. My hope is to apply for a SAFER grant this year, which would allow us to hire additional firefighters. So
How would we hire them?
the money would be provided much like the AFG grants are through the federal government.
So what happens when the grant money runs out?
Then we have to absorb them into our budget.
And what if our budget can't handle that?
And that's something we need to discuss.
I would hold off and not apply for that until we have further discussion on that.
Yeah, it's not open right now anyway to actually apply for. So that's something we need to discuss and talk about.
I don't have any access to anything, any prior minutes, but I thought we discussed that at some point ago and decided not to pursue that.
That was several years ago.
I don't think anything had changed.
Okay.
Yes, I would hate to be responsible. I think this happened in Franklin Township, that they hired on a grant, then they didn't have the money to pay them when the grant money ran out. Then they were,
People got laid off.
yes. And that would be horrible to look at 1, 2, 3, who knows how many people.
I'm not interested in having that occur on my watch. I mean, that's the way I feel about it, but I'm only one vote.
Well, I agree. I feel the same way.
I mean, I can prepare some things to discuss at the next meeting, and we can make a final decision at that point. That way you have a little more information. I'm not fully prepared to actually give you statistics and things like that this evening. So, yeah, I mean, I can provide some information at the next meeting for you, and we can come to a final conclusion at that point if that's all right with you guys.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Any other old business?
I have none.
Okay. New business. I had 2 residents call today about the trash hauling increase. And I discussed it with them a little bit and then referred them to the website for our prepared statement that explains it in more depth. The one gentleman lives in Oakhurst, and he also expressed his concerns with the high cost that they pay in sewer. So I looked on the website, and there is a very good link to a meeting that they held on December 14th, 2020, that explains the cost and some other information. And just a little bit of background of it. Franklin County has 26 service areas they call master meters. And the rates are based on a unified rate structure, which means everyone in the service areas pay the same rate. And to go to the video meeting, you go to the page, it's called cleanwater.franklincounty.ohio.gov. That's cleanwater.franklincounty.ohio.gov. And you can watch that hour-long meeting. And they had a lot of questions that would have answered this gentleman's questions too. That's all I had for new business. Any other new business?
I got probably 20 to 25 calls complaining on the $20 a quarter increase. And some of the people you were able to satisfy, and some were upset and didn't want to set out the service and was going to contact local about discontinuing because they couldn't afford the increase. But that's what I got on that.
I got a couple calls too, and all the ones that I talked to were satisfied with. I just went off the response that we had kind of already had prepared, and that seemed to be okay. I kind of assured them that we realized the lack of communication wasn't there, and we will do better on that in the
I think a
future.
bad part of that was the timing that the recycle totes showed up, and then within a couple weeks they get an increase. And I guess we did a poor job of communicating, as well as Swaco doing a poor job of getting the information out. So
Yes.
I accept responsibility on our behalf anyhow on that.
Yes, and the recycle parts were a big
That was
plus.
just
They
poor
had,
timing.
yes, had nothing to do with the increase. So. All right, anything else in new business?
I have nothing.
Okay. Is there anything else we have to bring up? Then, do you have anything, Ed, before I
I do
make a
not.
motion for executive session?
I do not.
I move to go into executive session according to the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G1, for the purpose of discussion of hiring. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Good, yeah. Trustee Good?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes? All right.